Hi, this is Mara Vlasic, one of your instructional technology coaches. Today I'm going to show you how to schedule your Zoom meetings through navigation in your Canvas course. There are two ways to schedule meetings through Canvas. One is through navigation. One is through creating an assignment and using the external tool to assign Zoom meetings to specific classes. Unfortunately, at this time, the external tool assignment method is still showing students all Zoom meetings for all classes in this course. You can still use that method if you want to include your Zoom expectations, any other guidance in that initial Zoom meeting. So now students would either go to navigation, or hopefully you will put a link to that assignment on your homepage for students for the first day of school, that this is where they find their Zoom meeting links. So today I'm going to show you through navigation. This is the most straightforward way to just get your Zoom meetings set up for that first week of school and then for weeks after that. So I'm on my course dashboard. I'm going to open up my course. You would open up one of your Skyward generated courses where your students are going to be enrolled. I don't have those, so I'm just going to show you through an example course. So I'm inside my course. The very first thing I need to do is to add Zoom to my navigation bar. So I want Zoom to show up right here, right below grades. So I'm going to click on Settings in my navigation bar. I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom where Zoom is. I'm going to click on Zoom and I'm going to drag it all the way up to the top of my navigation bar so it's right below grades. This will make it visible to the students so they will see Zoom in their navigation bar. I need to scroll all the way down to the bottom and click Save. Once I click Save, I see Zoom in my navigation bar. I'm now going to click on Zoom, and this is going to open up the Zoom meetings for this course. I have not scheduled any meetings for this course, so I need to schedule my first meeting. And I'm going to schedule a meeting for each of the periods that I have in this course, each of the sections. So if I click Schedule a new meeting, I'm going to call this First Period PE. Whatever course you have, you can start at the beginning, and we're going to make a Zoom meeting for each of those periods. The description is optional. Now I'm going to schedule my actual meeting for when it starts. So I'm going to start this meeting on Wednesday, September 9th, the first day of school, and then I'm going to schedule my class meeting time. You can control what time the meeting starts, so you can put in numbers other than on the hour or the half hour. So I could schedule this at 9:18 a.m. So you can type in here what time you want that meeting to start. However, we are limited in the duration of the meeting. So if I'm on a block schedule, I can schedule it for 1 hour. If I'm on a 6-period day, I can schedule it for 30 minutes. So I would change that hour to 0 and add 30 minutes here. I do want to make this a recurring meeting. I want to schedule one meeting that I can have recurring each day for that first week of school. So I'm going to check recurring meeting. I want it to be daily, and I want it to go until Friday the 11th. So this means I have a meeting every day until September 11th, so 3 occurrences. And again, I'm setting this up for first period, so I named it First Period PE. So it's very obvious for students which Zoom meeting is theirs. The end time doesn't really matter here because students will just see the start time when they see their Zoom schedule. They'll just see the start time, so it's okay that it's not exactly the time period of that class. We are not going to click registration because that will force them to pre-register for the meeting, and we don't want to set that up for the first week of school. That's something that we can look into as tech coaches, get resources out to you if you want to set up your breakout rooms ahead of time, have those repeat for all recurring meetings. So right now we're just scheduling the first 3 days of school, so we are not going to require registration. We can turn on or turn off the waiting room right here. I can decide if my video is on or off when I start the meeting. I'm going to allow both telephone and computer audio, and then I can choose to mute participants upon entry. I am not going to check only authenticated users. Right now, your students are already authenticated through Canvas, so we don't have to worry about them being able to change their name in order to join the meeting. And then recording is up to your discretion based on the MOU and guidance from the district that we're also still waiting on. Alternative host is if you have a co-host that you would like to teach or to lead this meeting with you, you can add them in as an alternative host here. And then I'm going to click save. So when I go back and I click Zoom again, what this is showing me is that I've scheduled 3 recurring meetings for first period PE. One is on Wednesday, one's on Thursday, one's on Friday. I'm going to go back in and do that same process again for second period, and you'll see that my Zoom meeting links go in order of time. So now if I go back to Zoom and I click it again, I now have recurring meetings for first period and for second period. As the teacher, if I look at my meetings, I can only start a meeting that is happening today. So I only have access to start meetings for today. These meetings go in order. So if I added all 5 sections of my class here, they would be listed first period, second period, third period, fourth period, etc., in order of occurrence. I'm going to show you what this looks like from the student perspective now. So as a student, I'm now logged into this course. I can see in my navigation bar that I can click on Zoom. And when I look at Zoom, I can see all of the upcoming meetings for this course. So I can see that on Wednesday, September 9th, there are 2 meetings scheduled. One is for first period PE, one is for second period PE. So the disadvantage of this integration is that I'm able to see all the meetings that are scheduled for this course, but I can see that I am going to click on first period PE and I'm going to join that meeting. Once the teacher has started that meeting, it will open for me to join. I can see the meeting ID, but I cannot see the meeting password, so I could not share this meeting ID with someone else. When I click join and the meeting is opened by the teacher, my Canvas name follows me into that meeting. When a meeting is finished, it will show up in previous meetings here. So one thing to note from the teacher's perspective is that when I'm on my upcoming meetings, I can start my meetings here. When a meeting is finished, I can click on previous meetings, and this is where you can actually get the reports for your meetings. So if I wanted to check the report for this meeting that happened on September 3rd, I can click on reports, and this is where the data will show up for that meeting. So I can see when the students joined, when they left, and how long they were there. I will also see their name and email address here. So if this is part of your attendance expectations, you can use that report to take attendance from the meeting. If you added any polls to your meetings, that information would show up here as well to report out how students polled in those polls that you gave. Polling is not available to be set through your meetings in Canvas. So when we set up that meeting, we didn't have the option to set up a poll. If you're interested in polling, you would go to your Zoom account, find that meeting, and add a poll to that meeting. This is connected to your Zoom account. Right now, it's only showing course meetings. If I clicked on all Zoom meetings and recordings, it would then show me all of my Zoom meetings that I'm scheduling both inside this course and outside this course. So this is a quick overview of Zoom and scheduling your Zoom meeting through your navigation bar. If you have questions about this, please reach out and we'd love to help.